Okay, first of all, I'd like to start off by saying Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. No matter what, everybody has something to be thankful for. I have tons of things to be thankful for. Friends, family, just so much love that keeps me going. And, it's a big deal. Planning on spending Thanksgiving with John's parents. They'll be out of town for Christmas, so then we'll spend Christmas with my parents and cut down on the stress of the holiday. Ha, it's funny. So, I've been hitting the food banks lately. Mostly, I go to the perishable ones. Got fresh produce, stuff that's a little bit bruised or things like that. I garden, so I know what fruit and vegetables actually look like, and so it's not a big deal to cut something out. And a lot of breads, day-old breads, just stuff like that, just to kind of add to what we have at home and what we can afford to buy at the moment, which really isn't much. I'm a super thrifty shopper, so I catch all the deals with my gas card and do what I can. Excuse me. But, it's an interesting thing. When I was younger, I used to volunteer with a lot of different groups, was very active with my church and organizations like that. And we always did food drives and things like that. And so I've been on the other end of it quite a bit. It's strange to be on this end of things. They're very busy. It's an overwhelming process. I went last Tuesday. There's one in the morning at one site, and then they have a non-perishable at noon. And then I go to one on Tuesday evening at a church, and I really like that one. Everyone's very, very nice. It's mostly older people, but the one in the morning is during school and work hours, and that typically has 50 to 75 people, usually it seems. And then the one in the evening, they do commodities, and then they do the perishables. That one usually draws a crowd of, last couple times, 150, 200 people, which blows my mind because there is another one going on. Lincoln's very generous. Their food banks and food net, between the two of them, I can definitely supplement until food stamps and all this goes through. Excuse me. I checked my status on all of the DHHS stuff, and it's still pending. It's 4:30 in the afternoon, Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Monday is December 1st, so November's not going to happen, which is kind of frustrating, but, they've got 30 days to approve or disapprove, and I put it in on the 13th, so we'll see. Got a few more days before we find out for sure, but, I'm just not patient. It's hard to survive on nothing. Yesterday I went to the morning food bank, and they were also giving out a Thanksgiving dinner with a turkey, etc. I didn't see anywhere the week before about signing up for that, and another place does the turkeys as well, but I know on the weekend they had 1,400 people show up. They had a Monday afternoon, but, people were lining up for 4 or 5 hours and such, and I can't sit that long. I can't, it's just miserable, so somehow I got skipped over in the morning for the perishables. I got back there, and there were a couple loaves of bread and a couple sad potatoes that I took home, and since I didn't get signed up for the turkey dinner, obviously, and that's fine. I just got frustrated because I came back that afternoon at noon for the non-perishables, and they aren't doing it this week. And I try to be polite. Some people are not, but I try to be polite when I'm there, and I'm appreciative of everything, but I got frustrated. The lady at the desk asked if I would like a list of other places, and yeah, you guys missed me this morning. It wasn't a big deal then, is now. So, looked at the list, and one of the places is ran by one of my friends from high school, and I love her dearly, and I need to just go down and talk to her because she understands how to do all of this, but it's hard. My pride doesn't want me to go down there, and, I know she'd never judge me, but... So the next one on the list that I could go to was at the site she runs, and they aren't having it either this week, and I'm just blown away. It's like, I know it's Thanksgiving, guys. This is the first year I haven't really had to work on Thanksgiving, so that's kind of awesome, but, life goes on for so many people despite the holidays, so I'm blown away. But the evening one still went on. Unfortunately, they had such a huge amount of people that they weren't able to give what they normally give. So there's another one tonight at 5:30 that I'm going to hit. Just like yesterday, make sure I'm really early. It's not necessarily first come, first serve, but sometimes they run out of seating, and although I can't sit for hours, I can't stand for hours either, and so we'll see. I'm meeting some neat people at the food banks. When you're sitting, waiting to be called, you kind of chat with your neighbor, and, I just met some people that just fell on hard times and just need a little help. I'm not completely broke, but at the same time, I know I'm going to need medicine, gas, things like that, and right now I'm not getting any help with that. I can use the food banks to save some money on groceries, and obviously I need to eat and eat right and eat well, and, the fresh produce, and as terrible as it is, the donuts and things like that, puts on weight, well, at least in most people, but, I don't know. It's just frustrating, guys. It really is. And, I don't know. Not what I expected. But, I will survive, but I know that I'm blessed to live in Lincoln, which is a generous city. My friends that are from out of state comment that they are amazed at how generous our city is. And, I feel for the people that live in small town Nebraska that are in my situation. Cost of living is different, life is different, but if you have to drive 50 miles to the food bank, is it worth it? In my vehicle right now, it's not. If I had one that got better gas mileage, maybe, but, I'm blessed, and I know it, and it's still hard as hell to not want to give up. I stopped taking the injections for the autoimmune. I would be due for one Sunday, and I always kind of feel crappy the week before I do the injection, and with the weather flip-flopping, the stress, everything, I feel awful. I just want to sleep. That's all I want to do. I'm exhausted, but, I'm trying to make the best of it. I've been kind of cleaning house this morning. Yesterday I ran errands, and just frustrating. But we got all of our bills paid at the moment, and, got food in the house. We'll get enough to make it through the week tonight. If not, there is another food bank Saturday I can run to in the morning, and make sure I get signed up for Christmas turkeys or whatever. I mean, if they're not going to run stuff the week of the holidays, I guess I need to make sure I get signed up for these programs. I know I'm going to eat at my grandma's, and I'm sure she'll probably send me home with leftovers, but, I don't want to stress my family out financially because no one has money right now. Everyone's just making it, and, I have the blessing of if there's an emergency, I can ask. Not everyone does, Even my grandmother, who's on Social Security, told me if I need to borrow a little bit of money to get groceries, I can. It's a great feeling, but it's a horrible feeling at the same time to know that you've reached the point where you're that desperate. But I'm tough, and I can get through this, and I will make it. And if you're out there and you're like me, come forward and be honest and talk about it, because people need to see that this is what it's like. I've had so many conversations with people that just don't understand what the process is like to get onto these programs. It's not easy, it's not instant, and there's always a wait. And when you're down, when you're sick, it's hard to wait. But this week will look better. Thanksgiving will be great. I'll have a great time tomorrow. Eat way too much food. I love to cook, and I get to cook part of it, so I'm really thrilled about that. Got my turkey started, working on stuffing, mashed potatoes, gravy, and some pies. And so, got a busy night ahead of me. Got to find some energy to do all of this, and the food bank as well, but it'll be good. So, happy Thanksgiving, guys. Have a great time. And remember, we all have something to be thankful for.